Good morning, all. Dr. Jared here. Looking forward to coming to you part two of the Nutrition 101 seminars covering the basics on what you should know for how to eat healthy. So today we're going to talk about sugar substitutes. I recently did a podcast with the local YMCA here, and one of the other podcast members, we did a podcast on sugar, and she just wrote in the tagline, sugar is the devil, with like a smiley face. And what she meant is, or what she pointed out was, sugar is just so absolutely addictive, and yet it's just a simple molecule. It's one of the three macros that are, the baseline for eating healthy or eating. But, what sugar does, or refined sugar especially, and ultra refined sugar even worse, is it essentially creates addiction. It creates hormone imbalance with insulin levels and takes away your body's ability to burn fat. There's just a lot of things that eating refined sugar or refined foods do that negatively affect your body. Unless you're actively in a very intense workout, like training for a marathon or something like that, where you need really simple sugars, sugar and refined sugar is just should be minimized in your diet. But what do you replace it with? There's certain times, like for instance, in my breakfast smoothie this morning, I had a scoop of the Maximize Living whey protein, which is sweetened with a sugar substitute. So what is healthy? What protects you? What's the good and bad parts of each of these things? So first of all, it's been shown for well over 30 years now that sugar itself, like sugar substitutes, are more harmful than sugar. And not all sugar substitutes, but the fake ones, the Splendas, the Sweet and Lows, the Equals, the aspartames, those, what would be in Diet Coke, or diet soda, or diet tea. I mean, those things have a lot of negative effects. And I'm going to go take a minute and go through those. First of all, the number one negative effect is most people don't avoid sugar because of weight gain. And every study that I've personally ever seen has shown that people in the diet group, the diet soda group, or the artificial sweetener group, actually gain more weight than people that eat sugar. So, I mean, it's not even doing the main goal that many people are utilizing it for. But additionally, it's a known neurotoxin. So it converts in your body and actually damages your brain. It creates an addiction different from sugar, and that sugar creates addiction from that sweet tooth, from getting overproduction of insulin that causes you to be hungry or crave more sugars. The artificial sweeteners actually overstimulate your brain, can kill brain cells, but because of that hyper activity that it causes, it creates an addiction. There's a reason why those people that are like diet Coke-aholics can't seem to break it, or have a really difficult time breaking the addiction, because it is a true addiction. It's a drug. It's a chemical that damages your brain. Some of the other things that are linked to that are things like multiple sclerosis, dementia. I mean, these things can cause brain plaquing on top of creating the hunger and the weight gain and the other stuff. So what are some better alternatives? Some better alternatives are stevia, xylitol, and monk fruit sweeteners. Couple things you want to watch out for: those sweeteners should be used at lower amounts if possible. They are much better for you. They have way lower, I'm going to say, side effects, or nearly no side effects. But because they still have a sweetness effect without the sugar itself, they do still raise your cortisol levels a little bit. So they are a little bit hard on your adrenal glands. Xylitol is toxic to pets like dogs, so you also want to watch out for that. But if you're going to, need something sweetened, I strongly recommend stevia, xylitol, or monk fruit. And those things all have, just the best possible outcomes while still adding sweetness. They're also more natural. Again, monk fruit's a fruit. Xylitol is a sugar alcohol. And stevia is from an herb that can be grown right here in Illinois. You could grow it in your garden. And they're sweet, but they are still a little bit bitter. So sugar probably still tastes the best. So in order, if I was going to say which things should you use, I still think all these sweeteners, you try and use at minimal levels if you can, but the stevia xylitol monk fruit, followed by real sugar, and avoid the artificial sweeteners at all costs. So this is where you need to watch out for everything from what's in supplements to what's in the things that you're dumping in your coffee or your creamers or things like that. So sugar substitutes or sugar itself, be aware of what they do, what they cause, why you use them, and how to avoid them. For those interested in more in detoxing, I did record on March 30th, part 1 of our mini masterclass, and then Friday, April 2nd, we will be releasing part 2 very early in the morning. So please check those out if you want more in-depth information. Have a blessed day. See ya.